Hi everybody! Over the years, I've come into quite the collection of musical instruments. Some were bought by me, some were given as gifts, some have a lot of sentimental value, and some are just weird. And in this video, I thought it would be fun to take you through my collection of, I think, around 80 different instruments. I'll play them, talk about how I got them, and give them each a ranking from S tier all the way down to F tier. Before we get into it, if you like this video, make sure to give it a like. My goal is to try to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so any interaction really helps to share this video to more people. Okay, let's get started. I am a little stuck though. Okay, so we're at the door to my studio right now, but the actual tour is gonna start right over here with our piano. I've had this piano for, I think, 2 years at this point. We got it when we moved in. It was actually a gift from a dear friend of mine. Her name is Sabatina, and I love this thing. It's great as a decoration around the house. The only issue is that as a playable, recordable instrument, there's a lot to be desired. There are some keys that just don't work. The tuning is pretty bad. It sounds pretty in tune with itself. But the last time I got it tuned, the tuner told me that the strings and the soundboard kind of can't handle going up to standard pitch. So this piano is about a quarter tone flat compared to every other instrument I have, which makes it pretty impossible to really do anything with in terms of recording or practicing with other people. So do I love this piano? Yes, absolutely. It's gorgeous. It's huge. It's really heavy. It holds books and things like that. And I do, play it from time to time. When friends come over, they play it. But in terms of a usable instrument, I think I'm gonna have to start this off with a D. So sorry, Sabatina. While we're over here, I've got my melodica. This thing is great. I'm pretty sure this was maybe $30 or $50 just off Amazon I bought a couple years ago because I wanted a melodica, and it's great. I love it. I've tracked it before. I'm sure there are more expensive models that maybe sound better, but I have no complaints with this. If you want that melodica sound, this is definitely doing the job. For this melodica, I think I'm gonna give it a B. Over here, I've got my trombone. Now, be warned, I haven't played this thing since my video learning the trombone over a year ago. So it's gonna sound bad, but I don't think that's the trombone's fault. I think that's a me issue. This goes there. I got this trombone from Facebook Marketplace, which is where you'll find that I got a lot of these instruments from. Facebook Marketplace is sort of a scary place for me to be in terms of my wallet. So, sounds pretty good. From what I remember, this is a student model Yamaha trombone. I think I got it for like $100 and it's been fine. It's what I learned trombone on. Obviously, I didn't keep with it. Aside the piece for the learning trombone video, I've never recorded with it, but I'm sure it would be passable. More likely, I would probably just ask a trombone player to record a part for me. But for what it is, I actually feel like it's really solid. I'm gonna give it a C. Great for students. If you're serious about your trombone playing, maybe not. I also had to buy a different mouthpiece for it. It came with the euphonium mouthpiece, so I had to buy a trombone mouthpiece. Isn't that crazy? So, additional cost, but no big deal. Then this goes back in here. Oh, put it in the wrong way. Like I do. And then right next to the trombone is one of my guitars. I absolutely love this guitar. It's actually my go-to. That's why it's out here next to the piano when I leave to go teach lessons. This is the guitar I bring. It is a Yamaha F325, and I just love it. I think it sounds great. It's got a super good balance between crispness in the picking and finger noises, but a good solid warmth. It's a dreadnought model, which I love, so it's good for a bunch of different genres. Usually when I'm writing music, if I'm not at the keyboard, I'm at this guitar. So this one has sort of helped me pen a lot of songs that I've written over the years. Most of the Medusa, the musical soundtrack, was written on this guitar. I think I'm gonna give this thing an A. There are better guitars out there, but man, I love this one. A for sure. A little bit farther down the hallway. Let me just move Appa here. This is my accordion. This thing is awesome. Let me just put it on really quick. This is a Philharmonic accordion. I honestly don't know too much about it, but I do know that it is the whole package. It's got so many different reeds. It's got reeds for the left hand. It's acoustic electric, so I can plug it in and use these knobs here to like control things like that. This thing is so much fun. I've tracked it, I've played shows with it. I made a video on learning the accordion in 30 days. This has just been so awesome. The one caveat, the one complaint I would have is that it is really heavy. I've never weighed it, but it's probably close to, I wanna say, like 50 pounds. It's really, really heavy. It's full-sized. I'm a taller guy, so it's, you know, built for somebody like me. And honestly, I can't play this thing very long without my shoulders or my back telling me to sit down or put it away. So it sounds great. It really is an awesome instrument. Hard to carry. I think I'm still gonna give this might be one of the few, I'm gonna give this an S tier ranking. It sounds so good. You've got so many different sounds you can use. Awesome, man. I love this thing. S tier. I will say putting it away is kind of a hassle too. You need to like move the straps out of the way and it's heavy, but you know, whatever. For the accordion, how I got it was, again, Facebook Marketplace. I found a different accordion that I bought for the initial learning accordion in 30 days video. Then after about a year of owning it, I was playing, I was gigging, and I realized that it was just a little too small, the model I bought. So I took it to a repair technician and actually the president of the Dallas chapter of the, I think, American Accordion Society, I found out. And basically he introduced me to this and I traded up and walked away with that model, and that's how it is here today. And I got that probably, I want to say 3 years ago, and I haven't regretted it a day in my life. I love this thing. Now, there is one more instrument in the shot right now, and you may have seen this guitar case, but this is empty. There's nothing in here. This is a carrying case for another guitar I have. The actual instrument is right here. I need to pull out the stands for it. Very dusty. This is a guzheng, which is a Chinese instrument. And I'm gonna open it, but then I have to move the camera because you can't really see it. Just so you're aware of the size of this thing. Wow. Bring you around this way, around the kitchen, and look at that thing. Oh my goodness. So this was actually just sort of a donation to us. Madison was working at a production company and the building they were working in just had this on display and they were gonna get rid of it. So Madison asked if she could take it because she knew I would want it, and I am so happy about it. Obviously, I'm not a master, but this thing is great. You can slide these. These are adjustable tuning pegs, so you can basically play in whatever scale you want. This is the pentatonic scale now. Oh. I don't know. I've really never considered what level this would be at. I've never tracked with this before. I want to, though. It sounds great. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is probably a B. It seems like really well made. I love the design on the front and the back over here. I just don't know that much about it. If somebody's an expert, hit me up. I'd love to discuss this because it sounds fantastic. I love this thing. All right, putting it back up very carefully. All right, and now I'm gonna take you into my bathroom, which sounds kind of weird. Anyway, come on. Okay. We're in the bathroom. Let me turn the lights on until it's spooky season. And right off the bat, you will see drums. This is my Yamaha Stage Custom acoustic drum set. I'm not gonna play it for you right now. One, because it's all sort of put away, and two, if the video hasn't come out yet, I made a video about learning the drums, and I actually got some noise complaints from my neighbors, so I am sadly not allowed to play drums anymore. But I'll throw up a video of me playing the kit right now. The story of getting these drums was actually, again, through Facebook Marketplace. There was a local church that was, I think, transitioning to an electronic kit for easier mixing capabilities, and they were just giving this entire kit away. It came with the snare, it came with the ride cymbal, crash cymbals. It was an entire kit. The only thing I needed to buy were sticks. So I said, yeah, of course I want that. And then over the years, I've changed the drum heads, but besides that, this is what it came with, and I love this thing. I think it sounds amazing. I recently learned how to play drums, and it's been one of the most fun experiences I've ever had. So love these. I'm pretty sure it's actually a pretty good kit too. The Stage Customs, I don't know if they're the best around, but I think I'm gonna give this kit an A tier as well. A for that. So what we need to do now, inside my closet here, this is not a regular closet, this is what we use for costumes and crafting supplies, but also I have a bunch of instruments and microphones, and basically storage capacity is what we needed. So I'm gonna pull things out and show them to you as I grab them. All right, just move some of this out of the way. I don't know what this is doing here at all. All right, first thing, I don't really know if I would call this an instrument. This is a practice pad that I own. I bought this years and years ago for a percussion methods course at college, and you know, for what it is, it definitely did the job. I practiced on it. It's a pad C. Actually, B, I don't know. I don't know how to tell a practice pad. I'll go C, why not? This is my cajon. This I actually bought for a show we were doing years and years ago. Probably around 2018, probably close to 10 years ago, which is crazy. This thing is fine. I bought it at a Guitar Center for the show, obviously, so there's no special story behind it. I do have a sticker from the show. The show is The Old Man and the Old Moon. I designed these stickers also, so I think they look really cute. You know, for what it is, it sounds fine. I think personally, I've just sort of fallen out of love with the sound of a cajon, especially after learning the drum set. I just feel like you can have so much more creativity with a full kit than just this. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a C as well. It does its job, but it doesn't sound super great. This is one of two violins that I have. I know, two, as somebody who doesn't play violin, I feel like that's an absurd amount of violins to own. But the cool thing about this one is that it's a 3/4 violin. Look how tiny this thing is. So how I got this was about a year ago when I was directing choirs at a high school. One of the parents said they had this violin. I think one of their kids used it for a little while, and it's just sort of collecting dust since then. And they knew that I collected instruments, so they asked if I wanted it, and of course I said yes. Now, I haven't used it. It's drastically out of tune. But I mean, it seems to be fine. My actual goal for this is I have a niece and she's about 3 right now. When she gets older, I want to give this to her as a gift to hopefully spark an inspiration of learning music. It comes with a little bow, which is very cute. Ooh. So we definitely need to get some repairs done before we give this to anyone. So in current condition, I would say this is probably a D tier instrument. I do like it though, it's very cute. I love cute tiny things. And the case is nice, it's green, which I think is really pretty, but it's not gonna help the rating at all because it is kind of falling apart. Here is the second violin. Ooh, I gotta say this violin is pretty terrible. One year for Christmas when I was in high school, I asked my mom for a violin and, you know, bless her heart, this is the most $50 my first violin you could possibly find. Full of dust, you can tell how much I love it. But you know, it sort of did the job. I had it, I probably practiced for maybe 2 weeks and then put it up for years, but I never got rid of it. Eventually, for my instrument learning series, I did pick up the violin for 30 days and I even recorded my own jig that I wrote with this. So I don't know if it sounds particularly good, but it's definitely, you know, workable. And then I had a friend put the stickers for the whole steps and half steps on the front. In current condition, I would probably say this is a C instrument. If you're like a student trying to learn, I would probably just start with a better model. It's something you could keep longer. If you're really on the fence about doing violin, maybe this is a good way to start. I found a lot, especially with cheaper instruments, it's harder to make sound and play, which sort of doesn't encourage you to keep practicing. So I don't know. For what it is, I think it's not bad. I don't know, C, leaning towards D, but I'll give it a C. The case is nice. To be fair, I've also never changed those strings, so I don't know. How often do you change violin strings? Let me know in the comments. Is it just when they break, or is it like guitar where you want to sort of change them pretty regularly? Okay, let's see what's next. This is a trumpet, but it's not just any trumpet. It is a pocket trumpet. I got this for Christmas, I think 2 years ago, because I wanted it and there's no other reason. I asked for it and I got it, but I'm actually pretty surprised by the sound you can make. It came with a little mouthpiece. So yeah, I mean, if I were better at trumpet, it would probably sound fine. As we said with the violin, I love cute little things. This is great. I don't think I've tracked any music with this, and I've definitely never gigged with it. But, you know, I would. If I practiced this a little bit, I feel like I could definitely record with this. The sound is not bad. It also came with a little mute that you can use for different sounds. I think that sounds pretty good actually for what it is, you know? So I'm gonna say this is, I'm gonna say it's a B. Pleasant surprise from the pocket trumpet, B for sure. It also came with these little gloves, which, you know, are too small for my hands. It came with this unlabeled bottle of valve grease or oil or whatever you need in this plastic bag, and I just feel like that's so sketchy. So no points on that either. C, maybe? B, well, B, C. Let's stay B. Next up are some, oh geez. Next up I've got some real, that was crazy. Next up, I've got some really old instruments, and you may have been able to tell by the sanctity of that case. This is a coronet. Here's the thing, it is not in good condition. This thing has rust all over it. You can see the valve in the middle. Look how long it takes to come back up. That's crazy. Would not recommend this, but it's very meaningful to me because this was my aunt's cornet when she did band in high school. So she sort of like the violin, you know, it was collecting dust and she asked if I wanted it, and of course I said yes. So that's where this came from. It also comes with a really vintage-y mute, which I think is cool. You know, I'm still probably gonna give this a D. It needs a lot of work, a lot of repair. It'll be a pretty penny to ever see its glory day again. The memories, you gotta keep the memories, you know? And I need to get that case fixed. I swear, I almost absolutely destroyed this thing. And then I think we've got one more over here. This is getting more and more unstable. I don't like this at all. Here's what the case looks like. I'm just gonna open it in here. This is my father's saxophone from when he was in band in middle school. I don't think he did band in high school. Again, old. It did used to play, but I don't have any reeds for it at the moment. I do have the mouthpiece. If I can find a video of me playing it, I'll send it to you, but it sounds like it needs repairs. I would also give this a D. I'm sure as a student instrument, this is a good model, especially if you fixed it up. In terms of recording anything with it, I would probably just outsource and give it to somebody else, and I wouldn't show up to a gig with this. So you're not gonna be able to hear me squeak on this one, but take my word for it, D. I think that's all the instruments here. Yes, okay, so now we're gonna go into the actual studio room, which is where a majority of the instruments are, which is through that door, but we're sort of blocked. So we're gonna go around the other way. Okay, so here we are in the studio, and here there are literally, actually, let me open these blinds. There are literally instruments everywhere in this room. So we are gonna start actually right on this wall. First up, we have my Martin X series. Yeah, X series special. This guitar I wanted specifically for more folk and bluegrass sounds. I do love this guitar, even though it's not my main go-to like the Yamaha. The Yamaha just feels better in my hands. I'm not sure why, but I do love this guitar. Usually when I have a more guitar-driven track or need something with a little bit more body, I'll choose this one. This one, believe it or not, it's also on Facebook Marketplace. A person was selling it. It came with a stand. I forget how much, but it was a pretty good deal. He said he had used it maybe once. And I could sort of tell. It seemed pretty new. I changed the strings recently on it. It sounds good. I would say this is probably another A-tier instrument. Sometimes I feel like the action's just a little bit high, but I do like it a lot. So A. Next on the wall, we have my mandolin. This one, actually not from Facebook. I got this from a luthier friend of mine who helped me sort of fix it up, and we strung it together, which was very cool. I just recently got done tracking with this one, and I think it sounds super clean. I love the sound of this mandolin. I used to think there's something was wrong because it was hard to press down on the strings, but I think I just wasn't used to it, which is crazy because I play guitar. I'm pretty sure there are better mandolins out there, but I do really love the sound on this. I think I'll give it a B. Farther along on the wall, we've got my soprano ukulele. This one I've actually had for quite a long time. Like I said, I've had this for a long time. When I was first leaving my hometown to go to college, I was literally on the way to go to the university. It was about a 3-hour, 4-hour drive. And I thought to myself, I don't have a ukulele. I should have a ukulele at college. So my last stop before I left to go to college was my local guitar store, and I bought this ukulele for probably 50 bucks. I've noticed tracking it, recording it is not the best experience. It's got some really honky frequencies, but that might just be the style of ukulele. Overall, it's fine. I'm gonna say C, probably. It's not super well made, but it's good. I like it. Next up, and the last guitar on the wall, is my classical 3/4 guitar. Now, I love this thing to death. This is another one that my luthier friend bestowed upon me, so he helped me fix it up, and we made sure the tuners were all in line, and he restrung it, and I just love the tone on this thing. It feels good, it sounds great. I don't play this thing as much as I should. It's from Rhythm Band Incorporated. Don't know, it was made in Korea. It's got some, you know, some wear and tear on it, but I think that just adds to the character of it, honestly. I think I'm gonna give it B, leaning maybe towards a C, but I like it, so I'm gonna give it a B. The problem is I like all my instruments, so I don't wanna give them bad ratings, you know? Okay, let's see, we can go around. So this was the wall. We've got the guitar, ukulele, and then right here is the mandolin and the Martin guitar. So now let's turn around to the shelf I have here with a bunch of other instruments. So first up, probably the easiest to see, this is my concertina. This was another Christmas gift that I received, and I went really hard at it for probably like 2 months after I got this thing. I really like it. Oh, just gotta stretch it out. Again, yeah, just a Christmas gift, pretty fun. I was really excited to learn this because my accordion is, I forget the term for it, but basically when you open and close the bellows, it's the same note going in and out. But for this, it is different notes. So I can play this one key here and it's a C going in, but it's a B going out. So that took some getting used to. But this thing is cool, and I love the colors. This nice aqua blue is very, very cool. In terms of quality, I think it's pretty good. These straps tend to hurt my hands a little bit. They just rub up against my skin the wrong way. It's sort of my first concertina make and model. I would probably end up giving this a C. Maybe, actually, you know, maybe a B. Yeah, let's go B. There are like really expensive ones out there, but for what this is a couple $100. I think it's really solid. B, I'm gonna say B. Up here on this shelf, we have my kalimba brand kalimba. This, I actually don't remember. I think I just bought it because I wanted it. It looks very, very cool, very stylish, very nice, and it sounds great. You know, everything's pretty in tune with itself. It also came with this like little case of like thumb protectors and like a tuning hammer. So that was nice. It came with a little thing to clean it off and all that stuff. So it's really a sort of all-in-one piece of machinery here. I would say this is definitely a B. You know, there's nothing too crazy complex about it, but it does the job and it looks cool. I have gigged with this. I forget if I've tracked anything. I don't think I have, but I definitely played a gig with this and nobody was like, oh my God, your kalimba brand kalimba sounds terrible. So it's not bad. Okay, what else? Down here, this is my glockenspiel. Nothing to write home about. This was another Amazon buy as a Christmas gift. I do actually think it resonates pretty well though. Pretty good, and as far as I know, it is pretty in tune, which is great. My goal would be to use this in like a show of some kind. As like Foley, more so than like an actual instrument. I think it's really good. These mallets are not great, they're kind of cheap, but you know, that's fine. I'm gonna say, we'll go C tier for this. This is not the best glockenspiel you could buy, but for the price, I actually think it's fine. Then we've got some pianos down here. Let me adjust the camera really quick. So this is my toy piano. It's very, very cute. But as you can tell, it's not the best quality. Some of the keys get stuck. It's not really in tune, and I don't really know if you can tune it. This top doesn't open up. This actually isn't mine. My brother-in-law sort of had this for a theater thing and left it here one day, and that was years ago. So it's mine now. But I do love it. I love the red, I love the color. I do like the sound. If I were to need a toy piano and I didn't need it on screen, I would probably just use a VST or something. So I am gonna end up giving this a D. I love it in my heart. Now this next thing over here is actually really cool. Let me move the plant so y'all can see a little better. This is a vintage electric chord organ. And how this works is you take the plug and you plug it in, then you turn it on and it makes noise, which is fantastic. So there is the piano and here is the chord organ. There's the on switch and down there is also a volume pedal so you can pull in and out for different dynamics. So that's the loudest up here. This thing is great. Madison and I got this, surprise, surprise, off of Facebook Marketplace again. A couple was giving it away, and when we got there, it was this sort of older couple, and the wife had had this throughout her entire childhood, which is crazy, and it's just been kept in the best condition. It sounds great. So that's the keyboard, and then over here you have different chords. It is just the coolest thing. It even came with this book of sheet music. She had kept the sheet music with her all these years. So for it to not only play, but to be in near perfect condition, the only thing is really some discoloration on the body. This thing is awesome. I would say in terms of recording, it does take a lot to get it set up. So I don't know if I would use it super often, but for what it is, for how unique it is, I think I have to give it at least a B. This thing is awesome and I love it. On the side here, kind of hidden, is my Boran drum. This is an Irish drum, and I bought this actually at a music convention at TMEA, for anybody who goes, because I thought I needed one, and I think I was right. So you can put your hand there, or... I definitely don't know how to play this, but it does sound pretty good. It also came with a bunch of like learning material. I think it came with a DVD of how to learn the Boran, which I obviously haven't seen because I don't have a DVD player. The case, nothing to write home about, but the drum, very cool, very big sound for how much I paid for it. I would probably say this is a B for what it is. You know, you wouldn't use this for anything that's not Boran related. So if you need a Boran, I got it. While we're here on the ground, I actually did forget an instrument over by the wall. It came in this immaculate case, and this is again a instrument that I got from my luthier friend. This is my auto harp. This thing is super cool. It's actually a little different from how you normally think. Auto harps, you like hold it and strum the chords. For this one, as far as I'm aware, you need to set it down and then you press these buttons that have all the different chords on them. And you can play all those different chords. So if I wanted to play, here, I'll put it on top of the case. If I wanted to play a C chord, I would press down and then strum. Cool. I definitely need to change these strings. They look busted, but it sounds good. It's a Oscar Schmidt auto harp. I don't really know what that entails, if that's good or bad, but I would say probably another C instrument. The back looks really nice. The case is also really pretty. It's got this nice green inlay. I would probably say a B for this as well. If I could play it more, I would probably play it more, but I don't, so I don't. So there are a few more instruments on the shelf, but I think I want to go to what's behind me really quick, sort of get the bigger things out of the way and then get smaller as we go. Let's move on over here. This is my keyboard. This is the Yamaha P225. In terms of like keyboards, there's nothing super special about it. I recently upgraded about a year or two ago because my last keyboard, I think it was the P115, died. I didn't really need anything different, so this made do great. I will say it doesn't have as many ports as some other keyboards, but for what I need, mainly recording MIDI and then playing through like main stage for gigs, it's fine. Something that does make a difference is I bought this pedal online. It's a 1-plug 3-pedal unit, and this thing has been great because then I can have sustain and sostenuto, and I can map other things to this pedal. Like if I wanted to make a patch change, I can do that on one of these, which is great because I don't have as many ports as a normal keyboard might. So this definitely gets the job done. I would say this is probably an A tier instrument. If you need other specific things, I maybe wouldn't go with this model, but this has been my workhorse for a long time. The Yamaha series is really great and I recommend them all the time. Now, moving over this way, I'm gonna have to clear out some of the mess. This is the newest addition to the instrument catalog. Moving lights, hitting things with lights. This is my Roland TD17 electronic drum kit. As I said earlier in this video, I am no longer allowed to play drums in my apartment because my neighbors get upset. So this is my alternative. And so far, I love this thing. I've been able to practice at any time I want. The interface, nice and easy to use. And as you can tell by the sound, there isn't any. Because it's an E-kit, it relies entirely on pre-recorded sounds, and that means both the modules that come inside the drum as well as any MIDI kits I have. So I actually think for what it is, I would say this is a pretty S-tier rank instrument. Now, of course, it's not gonna beat a regular acoustic drum set, but I think if you're a drummer, you know that you're not going to beat an acoustic set with an electric set. They're just different things entirely. So I will say if I were to gig, this is a lot easier to carry around than the acoustic set. And when I'm tracking, it's good to just load up a MIDI thing and then tweak it later instead of trying to get the recordings perfect the first time. So I would say this thing's pretty awesome. Then behind me, we have a shelf full of things, and I'm just gonna sort of run through those really quick because there's a lot of them. I've got a shaker from Peru, I think. It's a guinea pig. I don't really like the sound though. I'm gonna say this is a D, but very sentimental to me. A Yamaha YRS 24B soprano recorder. This is the recorder that they make you buy in music school to teach elementary students. I'm sure it's fine, but I can't play it. It's also probably not the best made. I do love the color though. This beige color is so nice. I would say C on this. This is sort of a twofer. I've got 2 Irish tin whistles. I'm not sure why I have 2. These were definitely just bought on Amazon because I wanted them one day. So they're both a little pitchy. I think this one might sound a little stronger, a little more in your face, but overall I'm gonna say D for both of these. They're really hard to play. They're hard to keep in the right register. They don't sound particularly good. And they're not super sturdy. This one has a little dent on it, and I really haven't done anything with these. I haven't taken them anywhere, so I don't know where it would get that dent. I say as I throw it on the ground. This is one of my 2 ocarinas. This one is the fancy good one over here. I bought this for a video I was making about the ocarina. It's a video essay, you can check it out. And I love this thing. I think it sounds so good. It's got such a just warm, full tone. I love the art on it. It looks really cool. And this thing is just awesome. I definitely should play it more. I don't know if I've ever, actually I have. I tracked with it because I made a video about it. I would say this is an A-tier instrument for sure. A-tier ocarina. The other one, you'll soon find out, is not an A-tier ocarina. We've got a cabasa. This thing, I love this. This is the percussion. You hold it, do one of these. And I actually, the first time I ever looked up how to play this, I think I watched some Latin video. So in my mind, a cabasa is a much more intricate instrument. You know, love that. You can't really mess this up. It sounds fine. It's beads against metal. B. Egg shaker. I actually have a couple egg shakers. This one's my favorite though. I just like the tone of it. Also B, why not? It's a good old egg shaker. This is my tambourine. I bought this specifically to be my good tambourine. As you'll see with my ocarina, I also have a bad tambourine later on. But this one sounds great. Next up, sort of a wacky instrument, I have my stylophone. So a stylophone is a basically analog pocket synthesizer, and we can see, I doubt it's working right now because the batteries are dead. Yeah, so I'll throw up a video of me playing once I change the batteries. Actually, I wonder what batteries it takes. I'll be right back. Okay, that should do the trick. Let's go. This thing is super cool. One, it looks super awesome, and the sound is really good. You've got a knob for the power and also a vibrato switch. On the back side, you can tune it with this little gauge here. For how small it is, it's actually pretty exciting. This is with no vibrato and with vibrato. Then you've got different octaves. Very cool. I love this thing. I should play this one more too. For the stylophone, I think I'm definitely gonna give it an A. This thing is awesome. Also, a side note, this is not about the stylophone specifically. It's more about the company that sells the stylophone. I don't think I've ever had more fun being a part of a newsletter than with the Debrek brand. They are always sending out stuff. They're sending out cool information, not only like deals about stylophones, but just really cool. I think the people over there are really awesome. Debrek, if you want to sponsor me in any way, reach out. I'd love to make a song with just a bunch of stylophones. That'd be sick. Moving on. Here we've got my sort of collection of harmonicas. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this case. So this case is actually like a series of Roadhouse Blues harmonicas, not very great at all. These are not the best, but my brother-in-law actually gave these to me as a Christmas present, so they actually do mean a lot to me. And I have actually played them. I made a video about the harmonica. It was a learning harmonica in 30 days, and these are the harmonicas I used. So you can learn to bend, you can play melodies on them, they work. These are a little bit higher quality. These are East Top harmonicas. I do like the look of these a lot. You've got this really nice blue color. The bridge sounds good. And they sound really nice. Now, the reason I have multiple in the same key, for example, the two I'm holding here, I've got 2 in A flat and 2 in G, is because sometimes these can be really out of tune and some of the reeds can just be really janked up. I was playing a gig probably about a year or two ago now, and I was playing on my G harmonica and I just couldn't hit some of the notes, and I was wondering if it was just because I'm not a good harmonica player. But then the conductor actually lent me his, which I still have, and that fixed it. So these are a better quality harmonica, but they've still got some duds in it sometimes. Overall, I would give these, the Roadhouse harmonica, is probably a D, and I would give the East Top between a B and a C based on which one you got, if you're lucky or not. This over here is a bell. I don't think this is an instrument at all. I'm not sure why I have this. That's, if anything is gonna be in my F tier, it's gonna be this bell. I mean, this is a dinner bell. It sounds not great. And then the last one up here, this is another ukulele that I have. This one is very sentimental to me because this is a ukulele my grandmother gave to me. This was also fixed up in a move. The bridge actually broke off at one point and I had to get it repaired. So my luthier friend helped me glue it back on. And you can tell quality-wise, it is not super strong. It's got a plastic bridge. I'm pretty sure this wood is not the most realistic. The tuning pegs don't stay in tune a whole lot. It's been a long time since I've even played this. But as we were fixing it up, my luthier friend told me something that I don't think I'll ever forget. He said, you know, gear is good. It's good to have nice, expensive things that sound good. But sometimes the uniqueness of individual things is what makes them special. And this to me is incredibly special. It's one of the last things I have of my grandmother, and even though I don't play it every day, I'm glad I have it and I'm glad it's close to me. And this is probably the most biased choice, but because of that, I'm definitely gonna put this in the S tier. So the case it comes in is genuinely sick though. I love this. I would use this case on my other ukulele, but it does not fit. So they sort of come as a package deal. This is my Squier Telecaster. I absolutely adore this thing. I got it for Christmas for myself as a gift. I wanted to really get into playing guitar more, and this has definitely helped. I just think it sounds awesome. I like to play this thing. Right now I'm really trying to experiment with different triads. Yeah, I wish I were a better guitar player, but hopefully this is helping to make me one. And I mean, it just looks good. I remember as a kid, this was the model that was on all the ads, this butterscotch blonde, and this is the one I wanted, and I have it now. I would say this is definitely another A-tier instrument. We had to fix a little bit of action on it when we first got it, but after that, it plays really, really strong, and I love this thing. Next up, we've got my banjo. This was a Christmas gift from Madison, and I love it. It sounds great. I recently tracked a song with this. When I have the picks on, it does sound really, really nice. I just strung it up again. It's not the most expensive model. It's not a resonating, like it's got no closing on the bottom, so it's not as loud as it could be. But it's still got some ring to it, and I do think it sounds genuinely pretty good. As a first banjo, I think it's doing its job really, really well. I would give this a B probably. This is a gold tone banjo. I don't know the exact serial number, but it's good. I like it. This is my one and only bass guitar that I own. Let me plug it into the amp really quick. The neat thing is I don't know anything about this bass guitar. This was a friend of mine's. In high school, I had a friend who was originally from England, and what happened was we found out at the end of our senior year together that he would be moving back to England. His name was Aaron, and Aaron played bass. He played upright bass in like a rockabilly band, and I was always so impressed by that. Like, we did choir together and we did theater together, so to hear him like professionally gigging at the high school level, I thought was really, really cool. And one of the last days we saw each other, really, he gave me this bass as sort of a goodbye gift, and I was so grateful and I was so happy, and I've kept it this entire time. Like I said, I don't know anything about it. I don't know the brand, I don't know the make or model, but I do know it sounds really good. So anytime I track bass, it's always been this one. I use different sims and stuff, obviously, different amp sims. This sounds great. It feels really long, but I actually kind of like that a lot. So I can experiment a lot and I feel good no matter where I'm at. And it makes me think of my friend. So that always makes me happy. I'm gonna say this is another S tier for sentimentality, and it's genuinely just a good bass. I actually feel like it's really interesting because I don't know anything about the maker model. I have no perception of if it actually sounds good or bad. And maybe that would change if I were a better bass player, but I think it sounds great. The red is sort of gone away to this blue on the back, which I think just looks really cool. And I don't know, it's a good reminder that gear matters, but not as much as the person playing it. Okay, next up we've got some things up top here that I want to show you. This is my, oh, let me adjust the camera. This is my lyre harp, and I forget if I bought this or if I got it for Christmas. I can't really remember. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Sort of like with the kalimba, it came with a ton of stuff. It came with extra strings, picks, a sort of case on how to use it. It also came with a tuner for the different pegs, which has been really handy. You can tune the strings to whatever you want. Right now, I have no idea what it's tuned to. I think we're just major, so la ti do. Yeah, so I think it sounds pretty good. It is kind of hard to play cleanly, I'll say. If you ring a string, other notes sort of vibrate around it, which I think is kind of the deal of these types of instruments. It looks really cool. On stage, I would have this, no problem. I'm pretty sure I've tracked songs with this. I don't think I've ever gigged on it though. It is pretty solid. I like this a lot. I'd probably give it a B. I'm gonna take down one of the boxes I have up here and just sort of go through it with y'all. These are water drums. They've got beads in them to make it sound like water. I like it. Again, I would use it as probably an effect on stage or something like that. Shh, see, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's the one thing you can do. Maybe that's like thunder on the shores. You know what? Maybe that's a B. That's pretty cool. Maybe it's a B. This is a tambour that I have. It's like a tambourine except without the reeds. Sounds good. C. Here is my bad tambourine. This thing is a piece of just sounds awful. These are way too tinny. This sounds like I'm in a box. It's awful. This is F tier. I hate this thing. I don't know why I still have it, honestly. I think I used to have two actually, and then I used one for like a kids camp, and they kept banging on it so hard that the drum actually tore through all of these nails in here, and the drum was ruined forever. But honestly, I wasn't even mad. I think I got these as a gift from someone, so I'm sorry. This is my bad ocarina. This was an ocarina I got at a Renaissance festival when I was in high school. And actually, I say it's bad, it's not that bad. It just sort of falls out of tune up at the higher end. It doesn't feel as well made. It doesn't sound as good, but it was good memories. And actually for like a Renfest purchase, I'm surprised it's in tune at all. So, you know, that's good. I would say this is definitely a D tier though. We've got other shakers here. I told you my favorite egg shaker was back there. These two are worse egg shakers. I just don't like them. I'm gonna say D for those. This one is shaped like another kind of drum, like a tambala, maybe? I forget what it's called. But it's pretty cool, and it's got a really nice heft to it. So I would actually say, like, for how small it is, this is like an A-tier instrument. Like, if you need to like beef up some percussion, this is the way to go. Let's see, that's all in there. And then we have another tub with a bag of stuff. So here I have like strings. Those aren't instruments, obviously, though. And here's what I'm looking for. I have 1, 2, 3 different kazoos, which is great. And I'm proud to announce that they're all good. Of the 3, I do think the golden one sounds the best. I actually did make a video about the kazoo, a video essay that you can check out. And I bought this kazoo for that video, but it was only like $5 or $7. And I do think it sounds the best. I think the orange one sounds the next best, and the purple one leaves sound to be desired. Overall, I would say D, C, and like B, but like barely. I mean, actually, for a kazoo, no, it's gonna be a B. Then our last thing is actually in the corner over here, but I will bring it out so you can see. We've got a couple things to look at that are left. This is the second time I've filmed this video, because the first time I forgot to connect my microphone, and moving everything around is just as annoying as it was the first time. Okay, here we've got my cello. For those of you who know me, you're probably thinking, Alex, you don't play cello. And you're exactly right. I have completely forgotten how I came about acquiring this cello, but much like the violin, it is a very beginner model. Oh geez, is it okay? The strings are on, that's a good sign. I wanna say the worst part about this is this case. This gets stuck pretty much every time I try to take this thing off. I don't know if there's a bow in there, I'm not gonna check. So, you know, maybe I can sit down. I actually have no way of telling if this is good or not. From the paint job and just the weight of it, it feels like it's not good. Oh, yep. The string literally just broke off. So, you know what? I should tune this up. I should try to learn the cello in 30 days. Leave a comment if I should try to learn cello in 30 days. A lot of people have told me I'm a cello, so maybe I'll do that. I've got not 1, but 2 different rain sticks. This one, I believe, was a gift from family. It sounds okay. I would give this one a D. And this rain stick, I think I got it at an antique store maybe, and I actually really like the sound of this one. It takes a lot longer to get the sound done. It's a lot smoother. The one thing I don't like is that on the side there are little like divots cut out. I think that's to make the things go slower, like there are pegs inside that are moving everything around. But they hurt your hands to touch a lot. So sounds really good, does not feel very good, and that's why I'm gonna give it a C. I've got this long African drum. I'm not sure what it's called. It's definitely not from Africa. Oh, there's a big old spider web in there. That's crazy. Yeah, it doesn't sound bad. I just don't think I would ever use this unless I specifically wanted to use it, if that makes sense. I do like you can tune the drum head by adjusting these on the side. So if I wanted like a more beefier, or I could tighten them up for a more bouncy sound. So, you know, that's kind of nice. I do like that. I'm gonna say this is a C. I don't know. I want to say C, but I'm feeling D. Let's go C. We're almost done. This is my dulcimer that I have. This is the last thing I received from my luthier friend. Let me adjust the camera again. So I actually think this thing is pretty cool. I definitely need to change the strings on it. Here's what it looks like. It's very cool. Now, a lot of the time when you're thinking dulcimer, you think hammer dulcimer. This is actually a mountain dulcimer, or what is sometimes called an Appalachian dulcimer, popular with like bluegrass music. So, you know, droney, cool. It's really light, but it feels really well made, and I like that a lot. I definitely need to play this thing more. I need to tune it up and change the strings and everything on it, but I'm gonna give it a B for now. The case is also really, really nice. It's all black inside, but it feels so protected. I love this case specifically. And then our last instrument, saved the best for last, some might say, is my musical saw. I've also made a video about this. I sort of tend to make videos about my weird instruments. I feel like this is definitely the weirdest one. We've got some bows here. I'm gonna set those down for now. And it is literally a saw. It's a real saw, and what I like about it a lot is it is a, first of all, it's a Stradivarius saw, so it's not just any saw. Second of all, they decided to keep the blades on it. A saw that is made for music. Now, historically, the musical saw was made from real saws. People just had saws and decided like, hey, we can play these as instruments. But in the modern day, why would you sell a musical saw with the blades like this? I've checked, they don't make a difference in the sound. How you're supposed to play it is you have your saw in between your legs and you bend the blade and you sort of do an S curve, and it sounds bad. This is sort of like a theremin type instrument. It makes really cool ethereal noise if you know how to do it. I've seen people play songs, play melodies on this, but I cannot do that, obviously. It is a saw though. I mean, for what it is, it's a saw. I don't know. I'm gonna give it, I mean, it's a Stradivarius, right? I think I have to give it an A. I've never seen a better musical saw in my life. And if I ever needed to cut down a heckler, this would be the fastest way to go about it. Yeah, I think A. I also really dig the design on it. That just looks really cool to me. And that is it. I'm looking around, making sure I didn't forget anything. I think that's every instrument I own. Oh, I've got my my voice, of course. I sing, so that counts for sure. I'm not gonna sing now because I'm a little tired and hot. So this was my full instrument collection. What did you think of the ratings? What did you think of my instruments? What do you think the weirdest instrument I have is? What do you think, which instrument embodies me the best, do you think? That's a funny question. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. This was so much fun to make and brought back so many great memories. Your life experiences shape who you are as a person, and I feel like each of these instruments played a part in who I am today as a musician, composer, and a person. I'm currently working on another video where I make a song using every instrument you saw in this one, so subscribe to make sure you don't miss it. How am I gonna make a guzheng, kazoo, and saw all fit together? Well, you're just gonna have to watch and find out. Who knows, maybe I won't. Until next time, make music, tell stories. Bye.